what is your take, Vlad, on specializing something like an MES style layer as opposed to specializing in a vertical?
Yeah, so I really liked the conversation we had with Addison for a number of reasons, right? So he actually had a time where he spent, I guess he spent integrating PLC and HMI systems. So I think that he has a deeper understanding of what that looks like than someone who just purely comes in at SCADA MES. So I think that he certainly appreciates that layer a lot more than, like I said, than someone with a very traditional like software background that comes into it. But I guess my perspective is, again, there's demand for all of them. I certainly see a growing demand for data acquisition, and I want to say like leveraging the instrumentation that you already have or are trying to augment in order to drive business decisions. So I certainly understand why he chose SCADA and MES because I think those systems are becoming more critical. I would also say that again, in my opinion, there is more, I want to say different complexity, but there is an increased complexity in how those systems are deployed because I think they not only deal with the data that you need to understand at the plant floor, but they also need to deal with IT systems, right? Like once you start breaching that gap, it becomes increasingly more complex and the conversations start to become not necessarily more political, but just different than if you're, let's say, a pure PLC and HMI programmer, but also because they are now starting to deal with that either cloud or server layer. So I think there's quite a bit more, or I guess, again, different, but more knowledge, at least in my mind, involved in getting there. So the differentiation is um, better, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say by that is someone who knows SCADA and MES extremely well, I think there's tons of opportunities right now in our industry. And I think that those opportunities are going to continue to grow.